Hey, Ryan here. I figured I'd do a different video today. I'm going to be commenting on the main event that happened on SmackDown Live just a while ago, earlier tonight. Carmella again wins the Money in the Bank contract on SmackDown Live. And of course, there's going to be some people who bitch and moan saying that she cheated or that Ellsworth interfered again. If you don't know what I'm talking about, or if you have seen the Money in the Bank pay-per-view, Carmella's boyfriend, I guess, or whatever partner, James Ellsworth, basically No Chin, the No Chin Ellsworth basically went and interfered in the match last week? Yeah, it was last week, last Sunday. It was Money in the Bank ladder match. He went, climbed up the ladder, grabbed the briefcase, dropped it to Carmella. And there was a bunch of controversy. Carmella was eventually declared the winner of that match. There was a lot of controversy basically because people were saying that a man won the women's bank ladder match, and there was, a lot of people, fans, calling bullshit about it and everything. Last week, Daniel Bryan, the general manager, had basically made it, had stripped Carmella of the briefcase and said that the rematch would happen again on SmackDown Live. In case if you want to see that little moment, just go to Facebook, go on to WWE's Facebook page. You should be able to scroll down to where this post, tap on the play button, on the play icon, and you'll see the match. The only reason I'm not showing it right now is because I don't want to get any copyright hits or anything like that. This is technically fair use. It's commentary on the match. But anyway, I'm just going to scroll through the comments because I'm seeing some of these comments that I see some of these people that are just bitching and moaning about her winning the match. Now some aren't mad about it. Like this one guy, Drake Cassidy, said, "I'm not mad that she won again. At least it felt legit this time. Legit meaning she climbed the ladder and grabbed the briefcase, not Ellsworth." That's true. Ellsworth was technically banned from the arena. He still managed to come back. I'm not sure how he managed to come back. Even though he's banned from the arena. I don't know. Maybe next week Daniel Bryan will take care of that part. But whatever the case, Carmella actually climbed the ladder, grabbed the briefcase, and won for the second time. As you can see in some of the comments, some make good points. I think before the Money in the Bank ladder match, Carmella was pretty much like a nobody. Nobody was like, Carmella, who is she? She didn't have much heat. Legit heat. But now that she actually won the Money in the Bank ladder match, but I think last week for the Money in the Bank pay-per-view kind of started that big push, that big heel push that helped her generate heat. Think about it. If Carmella had climbed up the match, grabbed the briefcase before the Money in the Bank pay-per-view, we wouldn't be talking about this. It'd be like, oh, who's she? Carmella, blah, blah, blah. It'd probably be forgotten. But last week, at Money in the Bank pay-per-view, there was an actual controversy where Ellsworth claimed the briefcase. And it started a lot of controversy that was addressed at SmackDown Live. They had a rematch. And she won this time, and she got legit heat. She's a heel. That's how heels work. They generate heat. That's their point. They are the bad guys. They're the villains. They're supposed to generate heat. That's the point. Baron Corbin is a heel. Carmella's a heel. They're supposed to generate heat. That's the point. Warren Smith makes a great point. I'm going to like that comment. He said, quote, disqualified from a no disqualification match. Glad she won again. People need to understand what being a heel and heat is, instead of whining and moaning what they don't like what they see. And I guess one reply is saying, so you want people to stop complaining about heels, You're a special kind of stupid. I'm not sure how that's a special kind of stupid. He makes a point. Again, let's get back to this point. Heels have to generate heat. She generated heat. Yeah, people boo her, but that's the point. You know, you see all these fans, you know, some of these fans are bitching and moaning about, not seeing their favorite superstar win. Yes, I would like to see maybe Becky Lynch win, or Tamina, or Charlotte, or, Natalya. That would have been great. Okay, Carmella won. Fine. Cool. Great. Awesome. She's earning heat. Great. Who knows? She might be able to cash in the briefcase, beat Naomi, then you got a SmackDown Women's Champion. And she'd be able to generate heat from that. She could use that heat, use that to generate more heat. Get a big push. And if you really think about it, a Money in the Bank briefcase, having that briefcase, think about it. In most stipulations, in most situations, usually the champion, the reigning champion at that time, is usually beaten down and worn down and beaten after having a big match against a challenger, and usually at a pay-per-view, and then the Money in the Bank briefcase holder comes in, turns in, cashes in their briefcase, his or her briefcase. And so another match begins against that champion. And usually, the Money in the Bank briefcase holder who cashes in that briefcase usually becomes champion, because they're able to pretty much demolish the champion, the current champion at that time, pin them for the 1, 2, 3, boom, you got a new champion. Do you think a face would do that? Maybe not. Would a heel do that? Hell yeah. Of course. That would be the point. That'd be perfect for a heel. Baron Corbin's the Money in the Bank briefcase holder for the men's division on SmackDown Live. Carmella is now the Money in the Bank holder for the women's division. She's a heel. It fits. Sorry about the brief pauses. I'm still going to start right here talking about this. Let's see here. I'm trying to see what some of them is. Oh, that's a good question. Not Matt Carmella one, but I think Ellsworth will be severely punished for interfering again. Maybe hardcore match against Corbin next week. Maybe. We know who'd win that one. Corbin. Come on, he's 6'8", he's 275 pounds, he's a powerful dude. Versus No Chain Ellsworth. Ellsworth would get his ass handed to him. Catherine Hornick said they did this because her real boyfriend Big Cass went bad in Raw. The writers for WWE are sucking and need to do better to keep the fans. I'm not sure if that's the case. I'll have to look that up, see if she is dating Big Cass. But even if she is, that's not the point. I think they planned the whole Money in the Bank briefcase ending the first time to generate controversy, to help generate heat for Carmella. So that way, when she would go win the briefcase, the Money in the Bank ladder match again, she would have legit heat, and she would get a big push from it. Let's face it, that's a smart move. I'll say it. It's a smart move by WWE. You know? Oh, here's the comment I was searching for. Glenn Bramlett says, and a not so attractive one reclaims the briefcase. At least this time she earned it. Hopefully now she can get destroyed by Naomi. again, this is, it's one of those people, the internet wrestling community. And I hate to make, I guess I could say I'm part of the internet wrestling community as well, because I'm making a YouTube video about the Money in the Bank ladder match, and I'm commenting on this shit, and so you could say, yeah, I'm part of the internet wrestling community. But yet, I'm not one of those people that sit behind their keyboard munching on Doritos, go, Carmella sucks, big time, click, or something like that. And if you think I'm generating heat with this YouTube video, hey, great, awesome. A little bit of a change from vacuum videos. Maybe I can get some views for this. It's a funny joke. Breaking news: due to James Ellsworth interference again, the third ever women's Money in the Bank ladder match will be held next Tuesday on SmackDown Live. I doubt it. That's a good joke, though. Let's see here. Don Carpenter said, "This is how the first one should have ended, but I understand what they did. Carmella is drawing nuclear heat now. Again, I think that's the point. I think that's the point of how they booked last week's match, because I thought last week, the Money Bank briefcase, I kind of thought it was bullshit. Then seeing Randy Orton lose to Jinder Mahal, granted, I turned it off. I was like, okay, this is fucking garbage. But I'm beginning to see it differently now. Maybe, again, before like Randy Orton and Jinder Mahal, Randy Orton definitely has a beef with Jinder Mahal, mainly because Jinder's henchman pretty much attacked his father, attacking a family member. Randy Orton takes that as personal. It gets personal. The feud gets personal. And so in that match, I think it's for Battleground. It's supposed to be a Punjabi prison match, which I think is the rarest match I think done so far in WWE, because I think only, what is it? Twice it has been done. Twice. I think the first one, and I haven't seen it, but I probably will eventually, was between Big Show and The Undertaker. Khali was supposed to wrestle The Undertaker in the Punjabi prison match in the first Punjabi prison match, but I think there was some kind of health issue, something like that. He got kayfabe suspended for an attack or something, but I think the legitimate reason was because of some kind of medical issue. I think it was, so he had to take time off to get some, I forget what it was that he had something to do. I think it might have to do with enzymes or something like that. I'd have to look it up, but I know that Big Show filled in for Khali in that match. I think Undertaker won that one, and I think there was a second match where I think Khali participated against, I forget who, because again, I didn't have pay-per-view up until that point. At that years back, it was at least 10 something years ago. I was, watching Friday Night SmackDown at home after, getting home from school, getting home, watching SmackDown on Friday nights, because, great way to start the weekend from school. But anyway, Jose Polito said, "I like how WWE made such a big deal of Carmella's victory on Money in the Bank just for her to win it again. LL, what a waste of time." Again, I don't think it was a waste of time. I think that's how they planned it. They made a big deal of Carmella's first victory in Money in the Bank because it was controversial. Controversy does bring ratings, and I think they did it again. So I think they had that rematch so that way Carmella could win again, so that way she could get nuclear heat. It's a smart move. So I'm a wrestler? Yeah, whatever. What the hell was that? Where the hell is that one comment I saw before I recorded this video? I'm trying to find it. Talking about it, said I might stop watching WWE because of this. Well, this is what's kind of similar. This is the reason people are turning the channel on WWE. Does it mean they switching the channel from WWE? Like, they see this, they say, okay, this is bullshit, and switch the channel? Or is it because they're actually tuning into WWE to see this? If they're tuning in to see it, then I can see why. I'm trying to find this comment. There's this one comment. Because there's some people who say, I might quit watching WWE because of this. This is stupid, blah, blah, blah. Quit bitching. But LJ Garcia, here's a great point. And I'm going to put a love in that comment because that's a great point. She says, Charlotte is a Flair and multiple-time women's champ. Natalya is a Hart legacy. I think she's Bret Hart's niece. Tamina is a Snuka and a Mastodon. She's the father of Jimmy Superfly Snuka. Becky's a former champ and solid worker. Carmella is the underdog, weakest link, and less experienced of the bunch. So it makes sense she'd be heelish about her win. Get over it. Well, it's true. I mean, maybe now. I mean, again, this could be a big push for her. She was the underdog, and she managed to pull it off. And, there's going to be, she gets heel heat for it. And that's great because, again, she is a heel. Marco Bame says, undeserved. Daniel Bryan should have a DQ clause, and if Ellsworth interferes again, Carmella will be DQ'd. I call bullshit on that one because, again, Money in the Bank matches are no disqualifications. Anything goes, yes. Even last week, yes, anything went. Yes, it was controversial, but you know what? It got people talking. People planning their seats watching SmackDown tonight. And it paid off. Amy Floria says, the first ever women's ladder match, and they had to involve James Ellsworth both times. So freaking over to WWE. And yet, you'll keep watching. But I do agree with Amy's comment saying James Ellsworth is in that. Yeah, he's pretty much a... I mean, if you ever look at James Ellsworth, he's a freaking jobber. He jobbed to Braun Strowman, and somehow they give him this big push. I still don't understand why. There it is. There it is. There's the comment I was looking for. Eugene Cosper plus Liz Switzer. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's a made-up name. Saying, I truly think this was a waste of time. I am pissed once again. The rules were meant to accommodate someone. God, I'm really starting to think about stop watching WWE. All because of that? Get over it, you whiny little wuss. I'm trying not to curse so much because I know YouTube, I guess if you cuss too much, I guess you can't monetize your videos. But still, again, there was no rules. No DQ. Okay, yeah, he tried to interfere, but guess what? Becky Lynch managed to push him off the ladder, and he got his nuts caught in a rope. So yeah, that was pretty funny there. Karma bit him in the ass. Yes, Carmella did win, but she did climb up the ladder, grabbed the Money in the Bank briefcase, and won the match in a legit way. She, and she's getting nuclear heat for it, but you know what? That's because she's a heel. So yes, you may think it's bullshit. Fine, but get over it. oh, I might stop watching WWE. No, you won't. You'll still keep watching. You'll still watch because you'll think, oh, Carmella's gonna get her, her comeuppance, and she might not for a while. But we know you'll keep watching. My little bitch. Richard Schultz says, disgrace. When are you gonna give Nia and Tamina some love? They'll get their chance. Don't worry about it. They'll get their chance. I do believe they'll get their chance. I don't think Tamina or Nia Jax, both of which I know they're both from the same Samoa family. I'm pretty sure they are from the same family. Part of the same legacy. They'll get their chance. I'm sure they will. I'm sure they will somewhere down the road. They'll pay their dues. They'll get their title opportunity. I'm sure of it. Kevin Hellestad says, this should have been how it went down the first time. Horrible that it was hashed out for the second one. This is pitiful. No, it was smart. Let's think about it. I mean, yeah, I could have said, yeah, this was pitiful. I can't believe the first Money in the Bank booking. You could say, yeah, that was fucking bullshit. But if you kind of look at it, the bigger picture, if you really look at it, the bigger picture, it was a smart move. Why? Because it generated controversy. Controversy equals money. Yes, that's what Eric Bischoff would say. I mean, hell, that motherfucker was a heelish general manager. He generated lots of controversy. Even when he did Monday Nitro, he generated controversy. How? Well, let's think about the Monday Night Wars. Remember, if you were watching wrestling at that time, I'm sure a lot of you were. If you're watching this, you probably did. At the beginning of Monday Nitro, they would spoil the ending, spoil the match results for Raw. Because Raw was taped about, I think, 2 weeks earlier. And so they would show it on Monday and claim it was live, but in fact it was a taped program, and that's what gave Eric Bischoff and WCW the edge, basically, so that way they could say, oh, so-and-so won this match by pinfall. Or they could give match results away during Monday Nitro. And so people would think, oh, well, if we know who already won, what's the point of watching Raw? And they would tune into Nitro. It was smart. Yes, controversial, but you know what? Again, as Eric Bischoff said, controversy equals money, makes cash. There was controversy here. Last week, Ellsworth grabbed the briefcase. Yes, that was controversial. But you know what? It got people talking. You got the match on SmackDown. A main event. A women's Money in the Bank ladder match as a main event on SmackDown Live. Think about this. When's the last time that you can remember that a women's division had a main event match, a big main event match at that? I can't remember. At least not off the top of my head. I mean, because I know if it was a couple years back, when, when stars like Caitlyn and Paige were still wrestling, it wasn't the case. The women's matches, or at the time they were called the Divas division, back then, they were like bathroom breaks. Women Divas match. Okay, I gotta take a piss. They come back, the match is over. Or they go and they grab a beer, or they go and wash dishes, or they go and surf their Facebook, check the emails, thinking, there's nothing to see here. But now, as you can see, the women's division, again, that women's revolution, they're getting bigger matches. They're getting more popular. You got this main event, and I'll admit it was awesome. It was an awesome match. Those competitors put it all on the line. You might say, well, Carmella didn't do anything, or she did nothing. Okay, yeah, she was incapacitated most of the match, but again, she was the underdog. She was the underdog. Mike M. My truck, I think, if I mispronounced that name, I apologize. Says, quote, sexism is an excuse. This girl is hungry with anything, Chair, and anyone, Ellsworth, to get to the top. Y'all social justice warriors can keep crying. Good heat comment there. You score a point. Why is the worst women wrestler given title opportunity even Lana's better than Carmella? Lana hasn't even started wrestling yet. She's at what? She had what? 2 matches? Moron. You got to be kidding me! 3 anger faces. Get over it. Pedro says, I thought he was banned from Arena. Yeah, I thought so too, but I guess he managed to come back. Maybe we'll address that next week. Tiger Garcia says she didn't deserve to win that Money in the Bank. Again, one of those people that keep bitching, oh, I can't believe, she doesn't do this, blah, 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 blah. Quit bitching. If you think I'm drawing heat from this comment, if you're getting pissed off at me, maybe I'm generating heat, maybe that's a good thing, but, But no, but I'm making a point, I'm just making a point. Not everybody's going to get what they want, but, you can't be quit bitching every single fucking time. Okay, I mean, look. If it was something bullshit, now, like, for example, I'm going to go way back to WCW Monday Nitro. Remember the Nash-Hogan match, that finger poke of doom? People would get pissed off about that. Yes, because that was pretty much a spoiled match. David Arquette winning the WCW Heavyweight Championship, yeah, that's, a legit bullshit move. But having Carmella win the Money in the Bank ladder match for the second time on SmackDown Live in the second women's Money in the Bank ladder match isn't in that category. It was a smart move because basically, since she was the underdog, she's a heel, but she's also the underdog. It gives her heat. It gives her a push. And guess what? Hopefully she gets that push. Hopefully she gets used properly by WWE. And yes, hopefully, and hopefully others do get a title opportunities. Hopefully they get title runs. I mean, Charlotte has had, title runs. I hope Becky Lynch gets a title run maybe sometime in the future. That'd be nice. Tamina Snuka, yes, I hope she does. I hope, Nia Jax hopefully get a title run sooner or later. There's a lot of them that, that are worthy of title runs. And I think hopefully eventually, things work out that they, get planned out to where they can get their title runs. But, so, this makes no sense. Bob says, so when she steals Naomi's belt, that will be the last title change ever in WWE because we all know no belt is ever going to change hands again. That makes no sense. I mean, come on. That makes no sense. I think there will be title change. There will be title changes. I mean, for God's sakes. I mean, come on. We see John Cena, title reigns come to an end. Maybe some people think his title reign will never end. He's basically the modern day Hulk Hogan. I mean, come on. Eventually titles do eventually change hands for one reason or the other. So that comment makes no sense. Marlon OCS says, you take away, then give back to her? Really? Again, now I'll repeat this. Now, I know I sound like a dead horse. Well, I'm not trying to repeat. You know what I mean. Controversy. You know, they playing this out, blah, blah, blah. There, we're just going to like that. If you seriously thought somebody else was going to win, you might be an idiot. Yeah? Either that or you're kind of hopeful. But anyway, like I said, you know, and Tim Reichert says, now Daniel Bryan needs to take it away from her again since Mr. Idiot helped in the match. Not really. Because he didn't succeed the second time. Anyway, well, this is getting on 31 minutes, and I'm pretty sure sooner if I keep this going, I'm going to run out of space on my phone. But I figured I'd give my commentary on this. I might do more videos like this. I might do more videos based on commentary, you know, from maybe the pay-per-views. Oh, speaking of pay-per-views, if you have WWE Network, or if you don't have it yet, or if you do the traditional way pay-per-view, there's this pay-per-view called Great Balls of Fire. The one match I'm really looking forward to seeing is Samoa Joe versus Brock Lesnar for the Universal Championship. I really hope Samoa Joe wins that one. I do. I hope he wins that one. I was kind of hoping that he'd win the Royal Rumble. He did. No, wait. Now, was it a Royal Rumble? Oh, what the hell was it? Shit. Drop a comment in the section if you probably know what I'm talking about. I actually have to look that up. But I was kind of hoping Samoa Joe would become a number one contender for the Universal title. And now he is. He's facing Brock Lesnar at Great Balls of Fire. And hopefully that will be a barns burner of a match. I hope those two men go out and try to destroy each other because I think it's going to be big. I think it'll be big. I mean, you know, Samoa Joe's a dominant superstar. You know, dominant wrestler. So was Brock Lesnar. You know, Brock Lesnar is built to be this dominant guy. Yeah, the guy who broke the streak. And here's what I'm talking about. Sunday, July 9th, 8 p.m. live on WWE Network. I'm not sure. Maybe they do pay-per-view. I'm not sure. But definitely, if you haven't yet, you know, if you really want to watch it, you know, for sure, guaranteed, get WWE Network. It's, you know, I think it's $9.95 a month plus tax. And I say plus tax because there is taxes that go into it that make it more than $9.95 a month. So, and I'm not hawking, you know, I'm not, you know, somebody's paid to promote WWE Network. I'm just saying, you know, if you want to watch the pay-per-view, get WWE Network. That, and if you like, you know, classic wrestling programming like Classic Raw, Classic SmackDown, WCW Monday Nitro is also on there. So, good opportunity to watch that, you know, relive the Attitude Era, Ruthless Aggression Era, you know, whichever you want it, you know. There's tons of stuff, tons of classic wrestling content on there. And I actually watch that a lot, you know, watch a lot of classic wrestling stuff. But anyway, that's going to be on Sunday, July 9th, and I can't wait to see that. Yeah, I guess maybe, I don't know, Great Balls of Fire. That's probably the stupidest name for the pay-per-view ever. But, you know, I guess, I don't know. Maybe Vince McMahon likes balls. I don't know. But that's going to be a big match. Anyway, I'm going to get off here. Probably play some WWE SmackDown vs. Raw. Maybe 2008 or 2007. But anyway, feel free to rate, comment, subscribe. Tell me what you think. You know, well, of course, if you like the match or whatever, you know, drop comment section if you want. And hopefully, and maybe I'll do another commentary again, you know, on next week, for me, for Raw or SmackDown. So like that. Maybe NXT. I have to catch up on NXT. There's a bunch of stuff I missed on NXT. Anyway, this is Ryan signing off.